Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kyle Clark. In September, Denver police decided food trucks were contributing to violence in Lodo. So DPD set up an exclusion zone, banning food trucks from parking in that part of downtown during the busiest times. As 9 News reporter Ria Jha tells us police are not giving a clear answer on whether this has helped with crime, and food truck owners are worried they'll go out of business.
Welcome to Amore.
French guy.
I love it. I love what they do.
Pizza food truck.
13 years. Since I came here, I was doing this. We started in New York. Since then, I didn't stop. Every night, downtown Denver.
13 years in downtown Denver, Gigo Tiger hasn't needed to use much of his French. But there's one phrase that keeps coming up.
For us, it's déjà vu. It means it happened before. Like if there is shooting, they come close the food trucks. If there is a fight, they come close the food trucks. Like they don't close the nightclubs. They don't close the bars.
In September, déjà vu.
They said no more food trucks downtown.
It's not the first time Denver police have forced out food trucks from the busiest areas of downtown for what they say is a safety measure. This time, they said no parking on weekend nights when Gigo made almost all his sales.
You can sell like 1,000 people, easy. Talking to people and serving fast, I like when there is people. It makes the time goes fast and it's fun, you know? I don't get bored, you know?
But now...
So we have to wait an hour to get somebody to sell him a slice.
Right here on 20th and Market is where Amore Pizza and 4 other food trucks used to park. We asked Denver police for crime data on the amount of calls for service during this time period last year versus this year. There were 11 fewer calls when food trucks were allowed to park here.
In a statement, DPD said since the exclusion has been in place, it has alleviated crowd congestion and appears to have reduced some of the issues that caused some of these violent incidents.
I don't see the food truck is making a problem or anything like that. It's the easy target, yes.
DPD has been pointing food trucks to operate on the outskirts of downtown where they say it's safer.
When you have a drunk guy coming out from the bar, he's not gonna walk all the way like 2-3 blocks, especially the winter.
Gigo knows he isn't the only one struggling to survive.
So you wake up in the morning, you don't know if you're gonna work or no. You're like 90% easy. Like we're struggling to pay people right now, even the workers or sometimes even the parking. Yeah, it's very hard.
Each time he's made it through. But he said this exclusion zone has been the worst move from police by far.
We're trying to do our best, maybe change the menu, maybe do our best to keep working, you know? I never give up. I have hope.
Because it's happened before.
Déjà vu, yeah.
In Denver, Ria Jha, 9 News.
In a statement to 9 News, Denver police said they encourage businesses to reach out to them to address concerns so they can, quote, come together and find a solution that works for everyone. The owner of Amore Pizza said he's called DPD several times, hasn't heard back. So November didn't necessarily come in hot, but it sure came in warm. Denver reached the lower 60s today after finishing October as the second warmest October in recorded history, an average of 59.4 degrees. Only October warmer was 1950. Do not be fooled, Lauren Robinson, because the cold is a-coming.
That's right. We will be seeing cooler temperatures, especially during the overnight hours. But overall, we'll see cooler temperatures and even a couple chances for snow in the 7-day forecast. But as we end October yesterday, and today's the first day of November, we ended October very warm, the second warmest on record, just as Kyle just said, but we're not even a full degree off of the warmest October on record, which was set in 1950. And this is coming off of the hottest September on record. So yes, we've had an abnormally warm couple of months, and we're starting off our November pretty warm as well. We made it to 62 degrees today, above our seasonal high of around 58, 59 degrees for this time of year. Most of the Front Range and Eastern Plains saw those middle to upper 50s, lower 60s. We even made it to the upper 60s to the southeast. The high country saw those 40s and 50s and the low 60s across the western slope. Right now, the live radar not showing a whole lot. We're going to be pretty dry as we go through the rest of the evening. But if you're making those plans for tomorrow, we're going to have a chilly start with those lows near freezing. But then by the afternoon, we're in the lower to middle 60s. I'll have more details on what we can expect tomorrow, plus those next chances for snow just ahead.
Lauren, thanks. Immigration agents say 2 documented Tren de Aragua gang members are in custody in Aurora. They'll be sent back to Texas, where they're wanted for murder and kidnapping. This week, the Farmers Branch Police Department, the Dallas area, put out an alert as they search for Jonathan Gonzalez and Carlos Bolivar. They're accused of the murder of a 33-year-old there. ICE says the men were caught in Texas last year after they entered the U.S. They were released from custody, then they were arrested again in Aurora, September 26th. Both men are in ICE custody tonight. We don't know if they have any ties to suspected gang members in Aurora or what they were doing here. A teenager will spend at least 40 years in prison for killing a woman in 2021 after a minor fender bender on Colfax. Remy Cordova was just 14 years old when he shot and killed Pamela Cabrieles. Her car bumped into the car he was riding in. Today, a jury found Cordova guilty of first-degree murder and other charges. He'll be sentenced in December. Because of his age, at the time of his crime, he'll be eligible for parole after 40 years. A Halloween party that ended in violence left 3 people dead, 3 others hurt in North Glen. It happened at a home near I-25 and 104th just after midnight. Neighbors say they heard what they at first thought were fireworks, then there was screaming, then police sirens. When officers got to the house, they found 1 person there dead. 5 others went to the hospital and 2 of them didn't make it. Police say the people involved knew each other.
I never in a million years have ever had anything like that happen. I'm thinking, fireworks, people want to celebrate, that's okay, but never anything like that. So it's sad, and now finding out that 3 people passed, that's heartbreaking.
So far, police have not arrested any suspects. They've said that they believe that there was more than one shooter. CU police are investigating overnight vandalism of several buildings on campus. School leaders say the graffiti was found in at least 5 places this morning, anti-Semitic graffiti. It was at the Region Administrative Center, Kittredge Hall, the Fleming Building, Cheyenne Arapaho Hall, and the tunnel under the region by Fisk Planetarium. We heard from a Jewish student leader at CU about the dozens of tags around campus.
It's pretty disgusting to see that acts of this nature can still occur, over a year after October 7th. And it's unfortunately the new norm, which is in itself quite frustrating and incredibly disgusting.
As of tonight, no arrests, and work continues to clean up campus. Colorado's Democratic Secretary of State says all the leaked voting machine passwords that came out of her office have now been changed. That announcement comes 6 days after the breach was discovered. Last night, Democratic Governor Jared Polis sent resources to help out Secretary of State Jenna Griswold's team, including some extra IT staff, so they could get on the ground in 31 counties to change those leaked passwords. This week, we learned the Secretary of State's office had posted a spreadsheet online with a hidden tab that included the system passwords. Secretary Griswold did not tell county election clerks or change the passwords until 5 days later when the leak became public. It was 69 years ago today. 44 passengers and crew were killed in northern Colorado in the first ever plane bombing over American soil. November 1st, 1955, Flight 269 took off from Stapleton Field headed for Portland, Oregon. The FBI says that a man put dynamite in his mother's suitcase. He blew up the plane to collect her insurance money. The bomb went off about 10 minutes into the flight, caused the plane to go down in a field in Weld County. Becky Tayson had a friend who lost family in the crash. She wants a permanent memorial put up somewhere in Weld County to remember those killed.
Look at what's happened in Colorado over the years. How many tragedies have we had? When we go and give material out to people, they're like, I don't know anything about this. That's sad.
There's a fundraiser currently on the Denver Police Memorial website to raise money for a permanent memorial. A remembrance service to remember those killed was held tonight at a church in Firestone.